E-commerce in India. E-commerce in India is experiencing a remarkable growth and successfully changing the way people transact and make purchase. The following are the main factors playing role for the growth of e-commerce in India. What are the main reason of growth of e-commerce not only in India but everywhere? So the main reason is the growth of technology facilitators such as internet, broadband, 3G services, 4G services, availability of laptop, smartphone, tablets and dongles. All this has made people use internet and computer or mobile so easily that they get connected to any website very easily from any part. Increase in use of mobile devices. Availability of much wider product range. Busy lifestyle, traffic congestion and lack of time for traditional shopping. So our metro city people, their lifestyle is becoming very busy. There is traffic problem, lack of time also, which is leading them to go for e-commerce and rather than traditional shopping. Lower prices compared to brick and mortar retail driven by disintermediation and reduced inventory and real estate cost. That is mean because of e-commerce, in between channel is broken. Now we directly meet online to the seller, so in between commission is gone. So that way people are getting product in competitive rate and even real estate cost also is reduced when it is purchased online, but still it is in the beginning stage. There are a lot of online stores in India now which are becoming very popular like Flipkart, eBay India, Snapdeal, Amazon India, Myntra, Domino's, Paytm, Jabong and many more. You must be knowing many other websites which are becoming more and more popular in the field of e-commerce in India. Online retailers have also started offering a cash on delivery option. So most of the website offers cash on delivery option and it is the most preferred payment method in India, and almost 80% of Indian purchasers use this option. But this statistics is almost 7 years old. I think now it is changed. Now it is not like 80% but maybe around 40%. For customer, cash on delivery makes it easy to reject products at the time of delivery. But now we know that most of the website they allow us to even reject the product even if we have paid in advance. Industry experts are optimistic about the future of potential of e-commerce industry in India, and they are true. I remember almost before 6 years, we had the very first advertisement of Flipkart sale as a full front page advertisement. That was for the first time in India we saw that kind of advertisement where it covered front page of every leading newspaper regarding their sale. So now it has become very common. Everybody knows that how online purchase is useful, important, fast, cost effective and easy. Well planned and pre-decided strategies will give a boost to the growth of e-commerce in India. Advantages of e-commerce. What are the advantages of e-commerce? So almost all these advantages we know, but let us just quickly have a look on it. Conduct business 24/7. So there is no stop, like you can make purchase online on e-commerce website 24/7. There is no limit when we can make purchase and when we can not make. Lower cost is lower. We can compare 3-4 websites for the same product and find out the lower price and then we make the purchase. No boundaries or geographical limitations. We may make purchase from any website which might be operating from anywhere. There may be a website which might be operating from the same city where we are, or it may be from some other country also. But that doesn't matter unless and until we get the product in a competitive rate. Teamwork and improved better customer services. It is improved and better customer services because over there nobody knows us by face. So there is no discrepancy between one customer and another customer. Whatever is the rules laid down by that particular website, e-commerce website, will apply to all the customers. There is a teamwork of seller, advertiser, and everybody together to make the website more effective and customer friendly. Eliminates travel time and cost and speed. So these are the advantages of e-commerce. E-commerce also provides the following benefits to the society. Those were the benefits of for the consumer and for the seller. But these are the benefits to the society. Buy from home, office or any place, so no traffic, no pollution, no traveling. Less traveling to purchase a product, which further reduces pollution and traffic. Healthcare services. We easily get healthcare services online. So if any elderly people at home cannot go easily out but knows e-commerce, then can book any doctor's appointment online very easily. Distance learning and education. Now the area where education was difficult to provide certain type of education is now has become very easy using e-commerce. So these are the benefit to the society. At the same time, there are certain limitations of e-commerce also. Resistance to change. There are many people who are not still ready to accept e-commerce. So they are the hurdle in growth of e-commerce. They still feel that no, there will be some cheating, or my money will be lost and I will not receive the product, and how I purchase the product without seeing it and touching it. So that is there. Initial cost. If a business wants to start e-commerce activity and they want to put their business online, then there is some initial cost for software technology and for purchasing hardware and the staff. Security, that is the prime concern in e-commerce. Security is the prime concern. The data or information traveling on internet should be protected, but we know that it is not protected in many areas. Internet provides universal access, and companies should protect their assets from malicious or accidental misuse. And many a time we read in newspaper that the customers' data of so and so e-commerce website was hacked or sold by the company itself. So security is a primary concern. Privacy. The privacy of the consumer's information again is a serious issue. Customer hesitate to share their personal information and their credit card and bank detail information on the internet due to the fear of misuse. Many times the companies sell their database information to marketing companies, and they in turn send unwanted mails and messages to the customer. The hackers also might intercept the information on the internet and misuse it. Credit card fraud results in financial loss to the customers. So that is, privacy is also a very serious issue. And it many times we hear that even Facebook can leak the data. The company like Facebook and many other leading company, we many times hear that they sold the data to the marketing companies. Just imagine if Flipkart is having data of, that is just for example, that Flipkart is having data of 10 crore people. And if they sell this data to any other company just by taking 5 rupees per data, then also company can earn 50 crore rupees. So that's a big deal. So privacy is again a serious issue. Lack of trust. Sometimes business frauds like non-delivery of goods, incorrect information of the product, lack of security for payment transaction creates dissatisfaction among the customer. And this happens when we try to purchase something from an unknown website, not trustworthy website. Then we may feel some security issue. Time for delivery of the product. As we know, in physical store, if we go and purchase something, mostly we come out from that store with that product in our hand. But in e-commerce, we often buy product that are not available locally, and which means the product needs to be delivered to our address, which will take certain time period, at least minimum 24 hours. So the cost of shipping charges is an overhead, but in many cases, e-commerce company bears that cost. So these are the limitations of e-commerce. e-commerce business models. The business models of e-commerce are defined based on the parties which are involved in the e-commerce activity and the type of business activities they are carrying out. Generally, the classification of e-commerce model is done on the basis of who is selling to whom. And there are some of the popular e-commerce model. The first one is business to consumer, B2C. Second, business to business, B2B. Third is consumer to consumer, C2C. And fourth is consumer to business, that is C2B. If you consider government also as part of e-commerce, then there are again another three models: government to business, that is G2B, government to citizen, that is G2C, and lastly government to government, G2G. Very quickly, this is very easy to understand. Business to consumer refers to business and organization that sell product or services to the consumer over the internet. What we are doing is B2C. The most likely and most widely used e-commerce model is B2C. Purchasing something from Flipkart is B2C. It has gained high popularity amongst consumers due to simplified and fast way to buy product. B2C also includes services like online banking, real estate services, travel services, and many more. Some examples of B2C websites are Amazon, Rediff, Febmart, Flipkart, etc. B2B. B2B refers to e-commerce activities between two different business partners. In B2B, both the seller and buyer both are business entities. There is no consumer or customer involved. It enables the business to form e-relationship with their suppliers, distributors, and agents. So if West Zone distributor of Samsung sells something to the Rajkot dealer, then that's a B2B. B2B allows more transparency among business entities involved and results in more efficiency. With the help of B2B, the companies can improve the efficiency of common business activities like supplier management, inventory management, payment management, etc. It's an effective media for managing supply chain, telemarketing, procurement, just-in-time delivery, and online services. But it is always among two business house. Example of B2B websites are commodity.com and tradeindia.com. Consumer to consumer, C2C. Consumer to consumer refers to e-commerce activities involving transaction between and among consumer. Now here there are no business house involved. On both the end there are customers. It enables the consumer to directly deal with each other through online auctions and classified advertisement without the involvement of third party or any business house. Any internet user can become a vendor or purchaser on C2C website. Auction sites are a very good example of C2C websites model. Some of the examples are OLX.com, eBay.com, Quikr.com. All these are C2C website. Consumer to business. C2B involves reverse auction where the consumers determine the prices of the product or services. It is reverse to B2C. But remember, in present scenario, all the B2C website act as a C2B also. Let me give one example. You go to Amazon and you want to buy a certain product. You know that for that product, Amazon provides you filter where you decide, I want plain t-shirt, I want V-neck t-shirt, I want those t-shirts where there is minimum 50% discount. So all these are the criteria set by the consumer towards the business. So that is called C2B. In this type of e-commerce, consumer have a choice of a wide range of product and services along with the opportunity to specify the range of price and other detail. The companies bid to offer the product or services to the consumer. C2C uses internet to reverse the normal buying process wherein the consumer decides what they are willing to pay and business decides whether to accept it or not. Some example of C2B websites are bidstall.com and jeetle.com. in. Government to business. Government to business refers to the services and information provided by government to the business organization through vast network of government website. Vast, V-A-S-T. A business organization can get all the information related to business policies, approval for starting the business, setup requirement, and other specifications from this website. So this is a kind of website where government help business house to do some business activity. Various forms can be downloaded and filled. This business model is part of e-governance initiative. Government to citizen. Government to citizen is also a part of e-governance where government protects the rights of citizen. Means us. For our right, government has developed many websites where as a citizen of India, government protects our right. The objective of this business model is to provide good and effective services to the individual citizen. The website provides information regarding various government departments, welfare scheme, application forms to be used by the citizen. So getting Aadhaar card online, this comes under government to citizen. Even the best example is when you see your board result online, that is also government to citizen. So Gujarat government has developed its own network called Gujarat State Wide Area Network GS1. So this purpose, and it is available online on gs1.government.in. Government to government, the last business model where two government bodies do some e-commerce activities between them. Government to government refers to online non-commercial communication between the government agencies, organizations and departments with other agencies, organizations and departments. The sharing of information help in reducing IT cost, streamline procedure, and government offices can be more effective. For example, PGVSL office has to pay some tax to tax department. At the same time, tax department has to pay electricity bill. So when they settle this online, that is called government to government, G2G. So from all the e-commerce models described, B2C and B2B are the two most widely used models, that is business to consumer and business to business. The major difference between the two modules is the consumer. Over there in B2C, consumer is individual, and in B2B, consumer is business house itself. In B2B model, the consumers are other companies or other business, while in B2C model, the consumers are individuals. Thank you. A lengthy chapter, but very easy chapter. If you watch this video carefully at least 2 times, then you will score full marks in this in board exam. Best of luck. Stay safe.